So the Commanders went 8-1 last year. They didn't make playoffs. Notable losses: Carson Wentz, Taylor Heineke, Andrew Norwell, Chase Rulier, Trey Turner, Cole Holcomb, Bobby McCain. Some notable additions: Jacoby Brissett, Nick Gates, Andrew Wiley, Cody Barton, Emmanuel Forbes, and Jartavius Martin. They were tied for the 31st in strength of schedule. And this year they're eighth. They do have a new offensive coordinator in Eric Bieniemy. So what do we think about the Commanders?
I don't. I don't have a whole lot of hope. Surprisingly, I don't have them as the worst team um, in the NFC. They're the worst team in this division. Um, yeah, I don't. 8-1 last year. I mean, I I'd be hard pressed to see him get 6 wins. Honestly, I mean, I know bringing in Bieniemy is going to be huge for that offense, but he also got just on the offensive side of the ball. There's not a. I mean, you got Terry, which everybody loves Terry, but I don't. I don't. I don't know. I don't have a lot on the Commanders just because they've always been just the laughing stock of the NFC for so long. Um, yeah, I don't. 6 wins is my ceiling for them. That's about as much insight as I got for them.
I also believe they're going to take a step back. They're not going to win 8 games like they did last year, especially when they went from a 31st ranked strength schedule to an eighth. And even bringing in Eric Bieniemy, they think their offense is going to be great now, but you still have Jacoby Brissett at quarterback, and Bieniemy really benefited from having Mahomes and all of his weapons, and he didn't even really call the plays. So I would give the Commanders probably 5 or 6 games also.
If you're a Commanders fan, just throw away this whole season. And I'm not saying that like to be a very negative Nancy or anything or to be funny or anything, but you got new ownership. That's a plus. You're out of Dan Snyder's grasp. Um, ex if if the selling of the team happened in the middle of the season, Ron Rivera would not be the head coach. You'd have a completely revamped looking team. I expect that next offseason. I expect this year to just kind of see what players they can have for the future. That's why Sam Howell's going to be probably starting at quarterback. Um, Ron Rivera, I don't expect I think even if the team somehow made it as a wild card spot in like a 6 or 7 seed, I don't expect Ron Rivera to be back next year. Um, just I think they have key pieces for the future. So if you're if you are a Commanders fan, look to the future. That's really all I can say about this team. You have Terry McLaurin, you have Jahan Dotson, you have two great receivers. Just if you can get a good quarterback in there, this team could be very scary. Especially with Antonio Gibson's very underrated, Logan Thomas very underrated. The offensive line's pretty solid. The defense they were top 10 last year. Um,
That's
good
probably the
luck.
only reason that they were even sniffing 8 wins because of that defense.
Yeah, it was. It was. That was the only reason they went 8-1. That was the only reason. Um, the whole season rides on Sam Howell. And you know what? We were saying all this stuff about Geno Smith last year. Watch Sam Howell go out and ball out and just say, I don't care what the future or holds for this team or me, but I'm just gonna go out there and ball out. Who knows? Um, but good luck, especially within that division.